Rotary Club of Plainsboro North and South Brunswick in New Jersey held an evening packed with health advice with free workshop on stroke prevention, which took place on February 7th evening at Balaji Temple in Monroe Township. Lots of people attended the workshop done by Dr. Varsha Singh. The workshop was organized by Rotarian Vijay Garg and Sudharani Kankanala along with other members and volunteers. Take a look.
Again, just a token of thank you.
And thank you for coming on a weekday for a very important workshop. So I'll just take a minute to introduce Varsha, our speaker for today. Dr. Varsha Singh is a neuroscience nurse practitioner and highly engaged in educating the community about stroke. She has 3 fellowships and has a doctoral degree from Seton Hall University. She's passionate about educating the community, especially about health prevention. So she recommended that everyone take a few minutes to fill out the form. So thank you. Thank you so much.
So this is your exam today.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Some of the answers you might not know, and that's fine. And the reason I'm giving you this exam is we must know first thing and everything about how we are going to keep ourselves healthy, right? And there are 2 boxes, right? There are 2 lines. So you're going to write all your answers in the pre-test, which is the first line, and then after my presentation, you may want to revisit and see if you could correct your answers, and that will be in your post-test. What did you learn? How did you learn the right answer, right? So this is the way we actually measure whether my lecture was effective and you were listening throughout the presentation and you are not thinking of something else. So you have to get the right answer, okay? So what is stroke is first question. What is the significance of conducting stroke education for community? You may not know what is the synonym used for identify stroke symptoms. And then what is the best way to get treatment for stroke if you or someone who is dear to you is experiencing stroke symptoms? And to identify which acronym you are going to use. What are some of the modifiable risk factors? Modifiable is something that we can change. What to do if someone has TIA, which is mini stroke, and then carotid endarterectomy is the terminology is used when they do a carotid procedure to remove the plaque. And what are 2 types of strokes, and what lifestyle changes can help stroke prevention? So they might sound like little bit difficult questions, but the answers are very easy. So when everyone says I can start, I will start. Ready? Everyone? Okay, so every time I start my presentation, I request that your ears and your eyes are mine for next 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes. I'll make it very short but very targeted presentation. That way you learn the really crux of this health education. Okay, no fluff around. I really like to be to the point. So I want to say be fast to save lives. And believe me, when I say this, be fast to save life, it comes from my experience of having up to 800 to 1,000 visits to emergency room. Every day we see about 6 to 7 stroke patients who arrive in just one hospital. It's just one hospital. 6 to 7 patients every day. We have a team. We run down to door of the emergency room and we make sure that we do due diligence, and I will explain you what we do as far as the due diligence is concerned. But Be Fast is really a good acronym to save lives, and I will teach you all. So next slide. Why are we in this room today? So I also wanted to say that when I started my journey with the stroke program as a stroke specialist, and I want to say thank you to Rotary Club of Plainsboro. I don't know how many of you were in the room in 2011 or 2012. Rotary Club of Plainsboro has been my first organization. I was with Robert Wood Johnson Rawe, and someone from the Department of Health reached out and said Rotary Clubs of Plainsboro is doing a health education event and they are looking for a speaker. And that was my first engagement, and I haven't stopped. And this is a full circle, I'm coming back here. But during the journey, I started engaging with New Jersey Stroke Advisory Panel, which is the Department of Health. I presided and I was president in 2017 for the Stroke Consortium, which is a consortium of 72 hospitals in New Jersey. I have worked extensively for South Asian Total Health Initiative. I am a member on the advisory board, and we have done a lot of research projects in South Asian community. And finally, I'm going to be on the national board for American Association of Nurse Practitioners starting June. I just got elected unopposed. I think it's a great national board to be on as a nurse practitioner. And then my engagement is also with World Stroke Organization. I sit on the membership committee, and we are having a global conference in Toronto in October. I'm presenting on stroke education in South Asian community. So I have so much to share globally what we are doing in New Jersey. And then American Stroke Association and American Heart Association, they just awarded me fellowship in 2022. Which is related to the research and the community work. And why am I saying this? Because I have young people in this room, and you have no limit actually. If you think about your career and your option to grow, this country you can do anything that you dream of. There are so many options. I came here when I was 32. I did not go to school here. I came here with 2 children in my hand, and if I could do it, look at you, you can do anything. And there are scholarships. So next slide, please. So why are we talking about stroke? It is 4th leading cause of death. Now after COVID, it became the 5th leading cause because COVID took #1 spot for death. But still stroke is the leading cause. If we do not treat stroke in timely manner, the brain dies, the person dies. And #1 cause of disability. No matter what we do, we try to save the brain, but if the patients do not come in timely manner to emergency room, they will be paralyzed. The disability is #1 cause related to stroke. So my whole idea of educating the community is, please make sure that no one gets stroke around you through awareness, through prompt action, that is going to emergency room, and third, by preventing it. Never get stroke through your lifestyle changes. That way you will be maintaining the quality of your life. What is the quality of life that we want? We want to wake up every day, we want to enjoy the life, we want to smell the coffee, we want to drink the coffee, we want to make the coffee, we want to walk, we want to bike, we want to swim, we want to travel. Right? And we want to enjoy, we go dancing, meet friends, talk, understand. throughout all this activity, a person with stroke may have some disability. All these functions that we take granted for now can be impacted. So it's really important. Stroke is a very complex diagnosis, and I really knock on the wood and say nobody in our family or friend should have a stroke. But good news is 80% of them are preventable, and we will talk about that. Next please. So it is a brain attack. It occurs, our brain is a very vascular organ. When I say vascular, it has so much blood in it. If you even put a tiny pinprick in the brain, it will bleed. Right? It is very soft like jello, like the jello that we make. It's like that consistency, and it has so many tiny blood vessels. It's very vascular. So if any one artery, think about, we have a ring in our brain, okay, which is blood vessel, and the blood keeps circulating in it. You know, New Jersey is very famous for the jug handle curve, the loops going up and down in Garden State Parkway. Then you come out, take the exit, because one car can go in loop forever, correct? Right? Just imagine that is the same way of circulation in our brain. We have too many jug handles, and the circle keeps supplying that blood to brain so that our brain can continue to function. But if there is a rock, if there is a traffic jam in the jug handle, the brain will not get blood supply and it will start dying. It is the process of dying that we want to stop.